Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming a process video for you. Today I am scrapbooking with some mixed media. So I have got some watercolour paper as my background paper, and I thought I might start with watercolour, but then I ended up finding this gorgeous purple coloured gelato here, and it went so perfectly with my picture, which is of lots of blossoms on the ground. So I decided to use the gelatos instead. So I'm just squishing or smushing the gelatos or scribbling them onto this piece of packaging, and then I am just smushing it, spritzing it with water and smushing it. I like the word smush today. Smush, 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 smush. Although I've said it so many times it doesn't sound like a real word anymore. So I'm just going to be creating a background layer to put the cut file over the top. It's just a cut file from, I don't even know where from. I got my brother to cut me a load of stuff with his cutting machine, and yeah, I don't know where that cut file's from. It's very pretty. I'll try and remember and link it, but if not, you can just, it's just pretty. And I don't have the patience to back cut files. I've tried, but I don't enjoy it particularly. I like the look that it gives, but I find it really frustrating. So I like to try and use the cut files in ways that are less annoying. And the way that is less annoying to me is this sort of technique. So I'm going to create a pretty watercoloured style background, very artsy looking, with the subtle cut file layered on top. So I have added the purple lavender kind of shade, a darker pink, a pale pink that's almost peach actually, and then a yellow as well. And I've used a lot of water at this point, and I like it, but it doesn't have the kind of dark colour that I wanted. I did want splashes of much darker colour. So I decide to just straight up squiggle the gelatos onto the piece of watercolour paper, and then I'm spraying water directly on top, and I did resort to just finger painting in the end, and I just smush the gelato around on the page with my finger. So, if in doubt, return to a technique that is thousands of years old, finger painting. So there I am again with the peach. It does end up looking better than this. It goes through an ugly phase, like not adults, but teenagers. Everyone goes through an ugly phase, don't they? Or is that just me? Maybe that was just me. But this piece of paper is going through an ugly phase, but it's going to come out the other side. I just know it. So yes, spritz with the water, smudge with the finger. That is the plan. That is the game. Okay, then I stopped recording. I did carry on smushing off screen, and then I had to use a book to push down on top of the watercolour paper because it had what's the word I was going to use? It had kind of warped a lot. So, but the book flattened it out really well. So I have mounted the cut file onto foam dots. I spent ages doing that while it was drying. I was watching Sabrina actually on Netflix, because it's part 2 is up. It's really, really good. If you've been watching it, comment below if you've been loving it as much as I have. But yeah, I just put a few foam dots on because I had to cut them all from a roll of foam tape and it took forever, just enough to give it a little bit of dimension. Then I've cut down my picture a tiny bit because it was technically 4x4, but yeah, I had cut it right down. Ended up maybe more like 4x3, yeah, probably 4x3. And then I'm using some papers to back the picture. This really gorgeous paper here is from my April Wild Hair kit, and it's just gorgeous. I love the teal. I did kind of do this and then partially regret it, just because there's not much else that I had that was this gorgeous teal colour from the collections that I'd got out to use. So I did kind of worry a little bit that it was standing out a bit too much, but it does all come together in the end, which is very good news. Because you never want to get like halfway through and realise you've made a bit of a balls up, do you? So I am now just off screen there trimming this. I don't know why I didn't just use my paper trimmer, because I kept just making it wonkier and wonkier and wonkier, and in the end, well, I just accepted that it was wonky. But then I decided to use this pink piece here again, so that just to blend it in with the background a little bit more, because it was really kind of standing out, certainly at one point. So I'm just sticking that down as well to this pink paper, which I think came from like a big brightly coloured paper pad set that I got from the range. I was really excited about the paper pad, but it's actually really flimsy. Like I wouldn't really recommend it. They're nice for layering behind pictures, but they're not great background papers to me anyway. They're not really card. They're like a thin card, thick paper maybe. Here I'm using some stickers from the Everyday Musings collection from Pink Fresh Studio, and yeah, this one's really cute. It says this makes me happy, that's it. And I just kind of popped it so it's like peeking out from behind the cut file, which I really liked. And then I remembered that I had these really cute Sunny Days flowers from they're from the Maggie Holmes Sunny Days collection, but they're from my March Wild Hair kit, and I had used loads of them in one layout, but then I hadn't used any for ages, so I just had a go with them again. Fussy cut the flowers. I didn't cut this out. I really like fussy cutting. It's strange because I don't have the patience to pack a cut file, but I love fussy cutting. I don't know why. It's just weirdly satisfying to me. So yeah, I fussy cut these cute flowers. I kept the little, because the papers are kind of like mustardy yellow, I kept the yellow edge. I like deliberately tried to do that because I wanted to bring in some of the yellow from the background smooshing a little bit further down the page. So when I cut this out, it like fits perfectly into a corner, so I add it, you'll see in a second, to the corner of my picture. So you can see how perfectly that works there. I tried it at the bottom, but it just looks a lot better at the top corner. Then I'm going to add some foam to the back of this picture because I'm just a big fan of foam. I keep trying not to use it because it just makes your album so thick, but I really love the texture that it gives, and I feel like my layout doesn't look like good in my mind unless I can see that layering and that texture there. But living in a 1-bedroom flat, this addiction to texture has got to stop somewhere or we're going to run out of room. Yeah, there's an actual serious problem. So double-sided sticky tape, sticking it down, and I'm like, oh, shall I tilt it this way, shall I tilt it that way? I don't know if you have these thoughts as you're scrapbooking, but I quite often think, Sam, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I don't understand why some things look better one way than another. I don't really understand the technicalities of why something looks nice. But yeah, tilting it seemed to make a difference in my mind. I'm not sure that it would have made or broke, it wouldn't be make or break, I don't think, in this layout. So I'm adding a little bit of foam tape behind the pieces of the flower that are going to be kind of flush to the page, because I didn't want the petals to like droop down, but I didn't put extra foam on top of the foam that's under my photo, if you know what I mean. And then I found this really cute sticker. I really like this one, and again, it was this right kind of yellow, but I put it here and I kind of think, oh, I like the way that it peeks round, but it's too close to that edge, I think. I mean, I stick it all down like I've committed to it, but it's going to move. Okay, what am I going to do next? Ah, yes, fussy cut another flower. So I think it needs a little flower down the bottom as well, in the bottom corner of the photo. These flowers couldn't be any more perfect for the kind of blossom that's all over the floor. It's that gorgeous pink colour, plus it happened to have the yellow, which was in my background. Yeah, it was just like serendipitous. maybe somewhere in my mind, in the back of my mind, I had this kind of flower paper in mind. I don't know. I didn't consciously have it. Oh, I'm going to yawn. Ooh, wow, talking to yourself makes you yawn, apparently. Sorry about that. It's nice, isn't it? I'm getting bored at my own video. Okay, so sticky tape time. I'm going to stick the flower down. I assume that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I think so. Sticky, sticky, stick. Down we go. Good. Then I've realised, no, it doesn't look right there, but it looks good there. Oh yes. And then I want to bring a piece of this yellow down the bottom, so I trim a tiny bit off the top of that sticker, and then I tuck it kind of into there, so yeah, it's kind of popping out, popping in. I left a little bit of foam tape that was behind one section of it as well. Doesn't bother me, so. And then I'm using these cute letters. These are like they're like a puffy sticker kind of material, and they are from Studio Calico, I think. And I've had these for ages, since the last Studio Calico sale, and I bought quite a lot of letter stickers. And I really liked these, but I just hadn't used them, and then they just seemed perfect. As soon as this layout was kind of coming together, I thought, I know what would look perfect here. So I went and got them, and I really love that curly end, but it gets in the way of my G, so I have to get rid of the flourish on the end of that end. It's a goner. So I just cut it off there, trimmed it off. And it's going to say springtime, but I use the capital letters here to do the time, just because it comes with like a mix of capitals, a mix of swirlies, like different fonts. Well, I like how that looks. And then I'm going to add some journaling. I bought my glue over because I was thinking, well, it seems like I'm going to add some sequins. I don't add any sequins. I don't think it needed anything else. So here I'm just going to use a pink kind of, I don't know what type of pen this is. It's not a gel pen. I was going to say it's a gel pen, but that's just a lie. It's just a pen. So I'm just adding some journaling. It just said something like, spring is in the air, literally in the air. something like that. Or literally falling all around me, or spring is all around, that's it. And I said literally in the air. Then I found a few things from Heidi Swap's Colour Fresh ephemera pack, which I adore. That came in my April Wild Hair kit, and so I'm just adding that pretty flower at the top there, just to bring the flowers along. And then I found the perfect thing to bring that bit of teal that I mounted the picture on up the page, and I just love this. It's got a little pattern of green at the very bottom as well. And just when I added that at the top there, it just brought the green and the teal from the photo up to the top of the page, and I think it really just finished it off. Actually made a big difference in my mind anyway. And then I decide, controversially for me, but I've been doing this a lot with the 8.5 by 11s that I've been doing, or A4 as I will be calling them, because it is A4 paper in the UK. It's not quite 8.5, and it's not quite, well, it's over 11 actually. And yeah, so I'm just adding a doodly border to the edge of this with my pink pen again, and then I'm pretty sure that's it. So once this doodling is finished, that is the end of my layout. I absolutely love how it came out. It was really fun and really cute, and yeah, I think the picture kind of stands out still, but it's got this whole spring vibe running the whole way through it. So yeah, really enjoying it. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, check out my Instagram account. That's where I post most of my pictures, and I'll see you in the next one.